Hi class. Now we are going to discuss about counseling and psychotherapist. That is psychotherapy. We have already seen what is psychotherapy, the meaning for psychotherapy, and the definition which is given by an authors. So we have discussed about the meaning, the definition, and we have already seen the objectives of psychotherapy. The what are all the objectives which helps the client to overcome their symptoms. So we have already discussed about the objectives, meanings, and definition. Now we are going to see the goal of psychotherapy. Okay, this is very important. This is the next step in the therapeutical session. So once the objectives are obtained, once the objectives are clearly fixed in the therapy session, the therapist moves to the goals. The main goal or main aim of the therapies are, okay, let's see, the ultimate goal of psychotherapy. Ultimately, after these objectives are seen or focused, the ultimate goal, this is the standard goal for a therapy. This is what needed for a therapist to treat the patient or a client. Okay, now we are going to see the what or the ultimate goal is what the psychologist want to achieve at last. Okay, once the person have come within a problem with a negative symptoms, with the emotional illness or mental illness, how the therapist or a psychologist or a clinical psychologist handle that particular person. Okay, handling and how they make the patient or a client to overcome their illness. Okay, that is what the achievement for the therapist through this therapeutical process. The first thing in that is removing the symptoms. The patient, once they come to a psychologist or a counselor with a negative impact, with the negative symptoms, which has a emotional disturbance or mental illness. Okay, so first ultimate goal of the psychotherapist or a counselor is to make the client to overcome their symptoms which are all making them to be in trouble or which makes their life tragedy. So helps the client to identify what are all the symptoms which affecting them, so that symptoms will be overcome through this psychotherapy techniques through the session. Okay, next moves on freeing the person to be self actualizing. After removing the symptoms, want to create the self actualization mode, want to make the client to actualize their self. What is their self? What is the problem they are facing, where they have stuck? Okay, they want to, the therapist or a psychologist want to help the client to bring their insight which is inside them. Okay, so this making self actualization is a very important process in psychotherapy. Once removing the symptoms, they uh, move on to self actualizing, developing their self actualization. Next is restoring yearly level of functioning. Okay, restoring yearly level is like before the problem, how the person is. Okay, they would be very happy, they were enjoying their life, etc. So during this therapy or after the therapy session, the person should feel the yearly level of functioning. They should be returned to their normal functioning after some catharsis function would have taken place. So removing the symptoms, freeing the person to be self actualizing. Next, resolving or restoring yearly level of functioning. The fourth one is helping the patient to find personal meaning and value, helping the patient to find the personal meaning. What is the personal growth? What is the meaning for their personal thing, personal development? So make the patient to understand the value. What is the value of life? What is the value of their own self? Making them to understand their self identity and making them to understand their personal meaning of self. So this is what the ultimate goal of psychotherapy session. Once these four goals have been covered, the session will be successfully completed. Thank you.